All right, also real world news, that little chilly air we had earlier, it died down real quickly because it's warming up.
Absolutely. I mean, 80s are back in the forecast before the weekend after, some locations had freezing temperatures this morning. That's just Texas in the fall for you. Today, expect that the cold morning is followed by sunshine, 60s, mostly dry weather. Tonight, not as cold. It's going to be clear and calm, but that south wind returns, and that's the reason why we won't quite feel the cooler weather in the mix. So we're looking at temperatures this morning that were in the 30s and 40s with 38 in Plano, 33 in McKinney, and in Denton, as well as 36 in Wiley, 34 in Rockwall, 33 in Mesquite. Temperatures across the Metroplex were in the low 40s, about 40 degrees in Dallas, 41 in Fort Worth, 42 at DFW, which that puts us as the coldest morning that we've seen since April 9th. So the record for today, this morning, was 38. We observed 42. So not quite record-breaking cold. The average first dip into the 30s, though, happened sometime around November 2nd. So we were a bit early on that trend. The first average freeze happens November 22nd. So some locations that did manage to get to that freezing point, it's way ahead of schedule. We're not looking at any more freeze warnings. Those have all cleared the state, but still seeing some of those extending across portions of the deep south. We're looking at this cold air still lingering back into portions of the southeast. Meanwhile, that cold air that was in place here brought on also very dry air. It's the reason why we're warming up a bit quick this afternoon, too. The south wind is going to help bring back some of that warmth while the cold air stays bottled up to the north. Right now, 54 degrees. It actually feels like it. The southeast wind has returned. We're looking at a temperature of 57 degrees at noon, about 60 degrees around 1. 65 degrees around 3 and 67 degrees at 5. Winds out of the south and west for this afternoon. That's going to help push in some of this warmer air. And we're also looking at sunshine all day. So a combination of those two things are going to help temperatures climb into the 60s. Your 10-day forecast is showing a temperature of 67 today. If you are west of the Metroplex, you could very well make it into the 70s. If you're east of the Metroplex, you'll likely make it into the low 60s. About 82 degrees on Thursday, 87 degrees Friday, Saturday, 86 on Sunday. Look at the mornings, though. Temperatures are going to be in the 50s, so not quite as cold as what we experienced this morning, but certainly jacket weather. The temperatures are going to climb into the 80s over the weekend. We'll notice more cloud cover on Sunday. Temperatures are going to be in the 70s early next week. That's when our next system arrives. It's the next potential for rain as well. We all know we need it. And then temperatures will slowly climb back into the upper 70s come Thursday and Friday. So we're really doing that roller coaster ride that we love doing in the fall, around the state fair. Temperatures, again, not as cold tomorrow morning, but certainly jacket kind of weather. I'm not putting mine away, that's for sure.
I love what you mentioned about the roller coaster weather. I was like, oh, Marielle, I see what you did there. But I like what you mentioned in the 50s, because when you're in Texas, the 50s to me, that means it's time for jackets.
Yeah,
always.
Absolutely. I mean, the jackets, I've got my boots on. I mean, if you're not going to do it now, when else are you going to do it?
I wish folks could see Marielle's full outfit, because she does have on the dress, the full tights, and the boots, and all the things,
when
okay?
I got the email this morning that I was going to be outside, I had to put on some tights.
And you kind of gave me a heads up a couple of days ago that it was going to be chilly, so I made sure I had my jacket on yesterday because it was chilly outside.